Hey folks, happy Friday. I had surgery 3 weeks ago yesterday, and I've been recuperating well. Um, I have had a couple of setbacks. I have overdone it, and then had more bleeding than I wanted, and was tired and not feeling well. Um, but as long as I listen to my body and rest when I need to, um, everything is progressing. So I'm happy about that. I rented a studio last weekend. In the last video I said that there was one available at an art space. I think it's called Fifth, Factory on Fifth. And so I rented a space there. And this afternoon I'm gonna go buy some primer and paint. The last artist painted the walls a deep green and purple with Aztec designs, and that is just not gonna work. So I have a lot of painting to do before I move in, but I'm gonna paint it and move some things over this weekend and then get to work, because the Albuquerque Journal is going to do a profile on me, and so they want to do a studio visit. So I've got 2 studio visits in the next week or 2, and I really would love to make some new work for that. So I have a lot to do. My buddy Wee offered to help me move some things over there, so next week I'll be able to catch up with him. We haven't seen each other in a while, and I'm looking forward to that. What else? The studio is really the big news. It just feels really good to have a place that's my own for work, a place to focus and go most days. And the teaching gig I have in Santa Fe is really great. I'm really enjoying that. This week I went up and I did a lecture on failure as a part of process, and the expression "dare to fail," it's not the failure we're going for, it's the daring part. So we talked about how language and art doesn't fail to express what we want. We may get frustrated, but it is within the attempt to express your idea, your writing, your art, that the thing is expressed. Even if it can't be captured in words as you're trying, the thing is expressed. We talked about what is good art and bad art, what makes something good. It's very subjective. So it was interesting to hear what each student thought. I worked one-on-one with a student who was just brilliant, and that was the highlight of my day. We did this exercise that I do in my Make Your Mark class, where they write a story or a memory. It can be in the form of short story, shopping list, poem, whatever. And then they mine that for symbols, clues to symbols or material or shapes, color, lack of material, whatever will sort of give them some information into their personal iconography and personal symbology, or start to sort of gather their personal toolbox. And then also, it's one of those tricks that they can use if they need to in the future. There's so many ways that we can get ourselves into work. For me, sometimes it's as simple as going into the studio and getting the vibe right with some good music, or silence even, but just getting to work. And if I'm not feeling it, that work can be sweeping, or gessoing, or sanding, or working in my sketchbook. We talked about sketchbooks. But anyway, that school is just incredibly supportive of their students, and creative, and respectful, but hold them accountable and expect a lot of them because they're capable of so much. And I told told my buddy it's a dream school, so I feel very lucky to work there. And what else? Maybe that's enough for today. I'm 2 years and a little over 8 months on testosterone, and I did this comparison video. I've taken it down, but I posted it on Instagram. Oh, I wanted to say this. I got some private messages when I missed a Friday because of my recovery in surgery. Folks were a little bit worried. So if you are and I miss a video, on the channel, like up in the image there for the channel, there's the Instagram link, and you can check my Instagram account. If I don't feel like making a video, then I've likely posted an image or something. So that's a way to check in if you want. But oh yeah, so I made this video and or this comparison, and layout, and used the video from when I was 4 months on T, and then one from yesterday or the day before. And I was thinking about how I've changed, and I'm really kind of blown away. I think it was Sting, but I was telling a friend that when I looked at the video from 4 months and listened to it, I couldn't believe how that the person I was then was so tired, and my voice seemed weak, and I just seemed so meek and mild, but mostly exhausted. I could see that I was tired of carrying around that sadness and the construction that I had built to please other people. I was tired from smiling when I didn't want to, and exhausted from holding my body in ways that hid the shape of me. All those things were weighing me down, and then I looked at the video that I made a day or two ago, and on that day I was tired because I had just been to Santa Fe and was physically not feeling great, but I just seemed, I don't want to say like a different person, but kinda, I know that some folks say or feel that or think that they're the same person, just aligning with their physical self, and I think that is true, but what's also true for me is that I have become more of myself, and more of the person that I felt inside, and that's different from the person that I was at 4 months. So, beyond the physical, when I hear people say that, my being male is not biological, I have to disagree. I have said this before. Taking testosterone changes us on a cellular level. A lot has changed. When I went back to see my surgeon not too long ago, who did the initial surgery to my chest for cancer, she was looking at my chest, and she asked me to use sunscreen, and then she said, because your skin is thinner than other men. And I didn't correct her, but in fact it's thicker than it used to be. My skin has changed. I look younger than I did a few years ago, and it's for a lot of reasons. I'm changing from the inside out, and on a cellular level, my nose is bigger. You grow, your shape changes. my body is running on the fuel that I feel suits me, that allows me to be me, and also creates changes. Changes that would have happened if I had been cis and had testosterone naturally. So, anyway, that's how I feel about it. That, and I'd like to see again that being trans is not a moral issue. It is, it's a fact. And I think it's tough when I have to deal with people that don't accept me because of their religion, and don't accept my expression of myself, my explanation of myself, or description of myself, don't believe me, or think it's a moral issue and I don't have the right to change my gender. And it's not a moral issue. It was a life or death issue, and so that's why I had to do that, and I feel very good and happy about that. And I have no regrets, no I feel completely at peace with my transition, and even coming to terms with and finding peace in my waiting so long. I haven't had some of the changes that I want, like my facial hair is still coming in really slowly, it seems. Still got a patch right here that hasn't grown in like I want, and that's okay. It is happening, and you know, I know that a lot of us worry because of our age that we won't get changes that will make us feel aligned and ourselves, but we do, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Those changes happen. So I guess that's enough. This is getting long. Sadie is here. She's just a little bit tired like me. So the next video I make will be from the studio. I'll show you guys the studio and maybe the property. It's an art community. There's a cool restaurant, a couple of galleries there. There's some aerobatic, what is it? Circus folks training there, and about 30 artists on site. So I'm looking forward to getting to know them and getting back to work in the zone. So hope everybody has a sweet weekend, and I will see you probably next week. Okay, bye.